2, 3, 4.
Most of the states we know nowadays are nation states. Nation states have been proven to be quite successful because there is stability in terms of no ethnic or linguistic conflicts. But the process of creating a nation state is often quite difficult and turbulent. Compare the unification of Germany by Bismarck in 1871, or the unification of Italy, which occurred about at the same time. The unification of Romania also happened in the 19th and 20th century, but was disrupted twice by the Russian Empire in 1812 and by the Soviet Union in 1940. So, I advocate the reunification of Moldova and Romania into a single state, which are two states inhabited by the same people. First of all, let me start with some historical background. What is now the state of Moldova was part of a medieval entity called the Principality of Moldova, which was a kind of a state inhabited by Romanians. And in the year 1812, the Russian Empire, following a war with the Turks, occupied the eastern part of it, to which they have given the name Bessarabia. And the other part, in 1859, was one of the founding regions of the Romanian national state. Although the people that inhabited the Principality of Moldova commonly referred to themselves as Moldovans, they were actually part of the Romanian ethnic group, and this was confirmed by chroniclers at the time. For example, Moldovan chronicler Miron Costin in 1686, in his work about the Moldovan people, says that the most correct name of the people is actually Romanian, that is Roman, coming from Rome. And that when they speak, they do not ask știi moldovenește, do you know Moldovan? But știi românește, do you know Romanian? Just as they ask știți romanice in Latin. So, saying that the name of the used language was Romanian. Therefore, the reunification of the two states inhabited by the same people would be an act of historical justice and would continue the logic of the events of 1859, when these three regions united to form a Romanian national state, and 1918, when all Romanian inhabited lands united together. Unfortunately, this would not last, as in 1940, during World War II, the Soviet Union reoccupied Bessarabia. Let me move to a second argument, and that is that the reunification would be a considerable economic benefit to Moldova, because it would grant it instant membership in the European Union. And the advantages of being a European Union member are numerous. Free travel to all European member countries for individuals. Free trade across the whole Union for businesses. And important subsidies for farmers as part of the European Common Agricultural Policy and for other sectors as well. Being an isolated independent state, Moldova came to be the poorest state in Europe in terms of GDP per capita, $3,300. So being in the same political and economical union with the world's richest states would benefit it greatly. Some opponents of the unification process state that it would diminish the role of the Russian language in Moldova, and this therefore will be hurtful to ethnic minority rights. But I would argue that this is not the case. An overview of Romania by the NGO Minority Rights Group International came out with the conclusions that minorities are represented at national and local levels, mother tongue education is available, printed broadcast media is also available in minority languages like Hungarian and German. So integrating the Russian speakers in the Romanian state would not be a problem, I consider. And now I will come to the final aspect, which is the cultural aspect. The Soviet Union, during its domination, has constantly tried to denationalize the indigenous people by teaching them a false history. And as a result, the general education of the local people is quite low, especially what concerns their history and their origins. And nationalism has been associated in Moldova with cultural revival and the struggle for independence, which was achieved in 1991. And writers, composers, journalists, and all intellectuals are mostly supportive of the unification movement and associated with being aware of one's culture. And this is also a significant popular movement lately. Marches and rallies in support of the unification are held several times a year. Well, people have the chance to go out, chant patriotic songs, express their national pride, and also their friendship and solidarity with all nationals. They also organize beautiful concerts, demonstrate elements of the folk culture, such as the national costumes. And I also wanted to make a remark that this is a movement open to all people regardless of race, gender, or any other criteria. This is actually a rally in my high school on the 1st of December, which is the National Day of all Romanians. See the color of the Romanian tricolor flag. I thought that was really nice. So, as a conclusion, cruel fate has separated the people into several different states. So I think that it is absolutely legitimate for them to long to be together again. Thank you.